Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So today I am going to try I'm gonna try a Talk About It Thursday with some panelists, and we're gonna talk a little bit about grief and how we process grief and loss. Loss does not always have to be like somebody is deceased, but more so the idea of losing something or someone. So that's what we're going to talk about, and then we'll see how this goes. This is my first time trying it on this platform, so I'll see you guys after the intro. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Okay, that one over there is dark though, but it's okay. But it looks more natural. Oh, I'm already starting a lot. Okay. Let me share the live real quick. Hey, welcome. All right, I hope everybody's doing well. So I wanted to start a new segment. I hope you guys are reading the comment as you come into the live, so you know what today's topic is about. So moving forward, I am going to be having Talk About It Thursdays, okay? Every Thursday we're gonna have different topics, and we're gonna have different people come on the panel, and you can join as well, and we're gonna have different conversations, okay? So today's topic is how to deal with or coping with loss and grief. All right, so I wanted to talk about this today. Me and my girls, they're here as well, and I've talked to them about it because the year just started and we are all going through some type of grieving moment, right? Some type of loss, some type of moment of sadness, right? So I wanted to give this space. I wanted it to be a space where we could talk about it, because a lot of us a lot of us, we do not really get the opportunity to go and talk about our grievance, right? To talk about when we've lost something, lost someone of importance. We don't really get that opportunity to do so. So I wanted to create a really good space, a safe space for us to do that. So if you do want to come up, you can. I'll just have my mods facts check, because it is it's a safe space. And when I say by facts check, I want them to just double check if you got your followers, because in order for you to join the live, you have to have 1,000. So yeah, sorry about that. So thank you guys so much for coming. If you have dealt with some type of loss, some type of grief that you're going through at this moment, I'm not sure. I'm getting a call, y'all. Like, but yeah, so if you are going through that and you would like to come up, remember this is a safe space and it could happen. But how's everybody doing? I forgot to say hi. How's everyone doing? How's your day going? And even if you have not dealt with grief, because not everybody has, even if you have not dealt with grief or lost, that could be a job, that could be a spouse, that could be a family member, it could be your home, it could also be a piece of you, right? Because sometimes we also go through this when we felt like we've lost a piece of us. So if you want to come up and you feel like you want to talk about it, you can. So every Thursday we're gonna have Talk About It Thursday. This is a segment I used to do on Instagram, so I'm bringing it over here. And also it's a segment that I record and put on my YouTube channel. Okay, so thank you guys so much for the likes. I appreciate it. If you just want to hang around and wait a little bit, wait, and then we're gonna keep it going. And you already know me, I process things through music, so there will be a little bit of music going on in the background, but I just wanted everybody to come through. I've had about 3 or more people so far at the beginning of the year that have lost someone. Okay, so let's make sure we share this live. Let's make sure we are make sure we are tapping the screen so we can get more people in here, because our people don't really get the opportunity to talk about loss. We really don't get the chance to cry it out, to talk about our anger, to mourn, right? For some of us, we have to go to work right after, right? And I'll definitely share about my loss and several losses that I've had as well. Several losses that I've had as well. And I know some people are in here that if they feel comfortable, you can come up and you can share as well, because the year just started and stuff is happening, people. Like, stuff is happening and nobody is like given the opportunity to talk about it. Like, stuff is happening. People have lost jobs, houses, people have lost family members, friends, people have lost a piece of themselves, and they're not getting the space to actually, now I don't want to say vent, but to actually like tell you they're pissed the fudge off, or they are so angry and they don't know what to do and they need some type of help, right? Like, we don't allow our people to not be so strong. We don't allow our people to, you know, soften up. Okay, so like I said, I've known 3 people who are going through the loss of someone this year, and the year just started, guys. The year just started. And what we are taught to do, and if you agree, let me know in the chat, because some of this is what I know as well. Hi from Mississippi. Welcome. Okay, so for me, what I'm taught to do is to keep it on. Okay, I think that's a gospel song somewhere. I think it's a statement somewhere. It's for you to keep it on, right? Put one foot in front of the other and keep going. But what I'm saying is, sometimes that foot is crumbling. That foot is like weak, right? Your knees are weak and you can't even like walk, but everybody's telling you to stay strong. Everybody's telling you to, you know, you got another day to live, you got this, you got that. But in reality, people are not stopping to listen, right? People are not stopping to listen. People are saying, oh, Go and get therapy. That's great. But how are you going to be there for your people that are grieving, that have gone through loss? How can you not deflect anger, right? Yes. How can you not deflect, when they're really mad? How can you just listen? Because really it's not about you. It's about their emotions, the hurt that they're going through. It's for you to just listen. Because one thing about us, you come to me and you said, oh, I lost this. We are solution-based people, okay? People of color, we are solution-based. So you tell me you feeling sad, I'm gonna say, okay, bump that, forget it, next day, blah 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 blah, right? You got this, you can do this, you can do that. But some people can't do it, y'all. Some people cannot do it. Some people cannot do it. So how do you go through grief? How do you process losing someone, losing something of value to you, someone of value to you? Someone of value to you. Okay? So keep that in mind, you all. Keep that in mind as we have this conversation. Because for me, every year when I go through this process of living through the trauma again, okay? Living through the trauma again. I feel like every year is just like a movie playing over and over. And I haven't been able to actually express my anger towards the people I feel angry towards. Because one, cultural. Two, I don't really think it's going to change the person. Three, I'm still stuck in the keeping on, like keep moving, keep working on you, keep doing this, keep doing that. So my sis said on here, for her, she said, I think it depends on the way in which they depart. And I would love for her to expand on that. And my other sis said, true. For me, I've lost people through a violent manner, okay? A violent manner. And I've also lost people through a peaceful, like, ascending. See, we can't even say it. I can't even get it out of me, y'all. Like, to say, dang, like, I lost this person, like, because it's still not reality. Like, my most recent loss, I was informed that the person passed in their sleep. Okay? And that's what I was informed. But I still feel angry. I still feel pissed off because I haven't really been able to talk about it, right? Hence, talk about it Thursday. I haven't even been able to talk about it fully because ever since it happened, I went back to work. Thank you guys so much to contributing towards the live goal. Thank you so much. TikTok is telling me to say thank you. And the person I lost through a violent manner, and the violent manner dealt with a weapon. And I was younger. This is somebody that I went to school with. And this was our first year of college, okay? And this was also a moment of when you roll your eyes like, damn, are you freaking serious? Like, are you serious? You could have just went your separate ways. You could have just went your separate ways. And the person that did it to this friend of mine, like, ran away and later on got caught. but just left them there. Just left them there to like, just left them there. So all we could do is, every time it was the year, the anniversary, it was more so a comment on Facebook, a comment on social media. Okay. And then for my grandma, like, yeah, for real, it's different if they've been dealing and battling with an illness. I guess it builds up, but it's easier. That's what one person just said. Another person just said, Ms. Martine, I just said lost in different forms, but grief is the same. Yeah, I agree. You could have lost in different forms, but that piece of you, right, that often can transfer into anger. It's like the sadness. There's a thin line between you being so sad that you now become very upset and very angry because everybody else that you're seeing, you're just like, dang, this person had so much that I felt, right? Or they had shared with me that they have goals to accomplish, things to do in life. And the worst scenario is, yeah, my sister said it's a step in the grieving process. Yeah, like, I will not tell anybody to not be angry. Like, what? You just lost somebody, like, you just lost somebody. You just lost somebody and you can't really talk about it. A good sis, Palmetto just said, yes, agree, I still get angry at times due to grief. It's definitely a process. And you know, this is the thing. A lot of people will say, it's been this long, it's been that long. But who are you to tell me when I should stop hurting? Who are you to tell me when I am the one dealing and dwelling in the hurt? Who are you to tell me that? So I don't want, because not everybody has lost in the sense of, yes, welcome. Not everybody has lost a person. People have also lost relationship. You go through denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And all of those, Coco, can take years. All of those can take years. For sure. For me, denial turned into anger very quick. Denial turned into anger very quick. Because when it was then the next couple of weeks and I couldn't communicate and I couldn't, all I could do is look at old pictures, different conversations and things like that. It was just like, no, this person is gone and you had a part in it. And you really, like, you thought you were more valuable than this person. And so it makes me very angry in a sense. So I feel like some people can be in just that angry stage for like years. And then they can't talk to anybody. So I do want us to create this space where we all can have this conversation, because not everyone can just go to therapy, okay? Not everybody has the revenue. Not everyone feels comfortable. But if we can help each other and not trauma bond in a negative way, right? But more so bond in a positive way to do better, so that when we want to spaz out, when we want to spaz out, we got each other to call on. I don't even know how to grieve, honestly. I just put it in the back of my mind. Yeah. But I would say, like, keeping things in the back of your mind works for us only for a certain amount of time. Because there are going to be things that come up that makes us remember moments, that makes us remember people, right? And I always say, like, as much as we can, let's think about the happy moments with these people that we are grieving, with these people we are hoping to see, like, very soon. Coco just said, in my humble opinion, anger and depression has people in a chokehold most of the time. Yes. Let me just be very transparent. In my angry stage with the loss of the most recent person I lost, I had moments where I was just crying and I felt like I couldn't breathe. Like, I don't know if you guys go through that. Like, I was crying so bad that I was crying to sleep, waking up thinking about this person and crying again and just keep going. And then the worst part is when you have based on different religions, right? To be transparent, in my family we have those that are Christian and those that are Muslim. So with the Muslims, you don't hold the body for a long time. So there was no time for me to even, like, obviously I cannot bring back my grandmother. I cannot bring back my grandmother. But the time between her passing and the time between that and when she was actually laid to rest was quick. It does not last that long. So with that being said, when we had a moment in America, and people were talking about, oh, she was this to me, she was amazing. I'm so sorry, y'all. Like, she was blah, 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 blah. I was so angry, like, but you weren't there for her. You understand what I mean? Like, especially when people show up. And this is the thing about our culture. Like, I more so just grew up here. You understand? Like, it's more so, oh, you're not really just, I rock my flag, I rock my chain and blah, blah, blah. But I'm very Americanized. So in the sense that it will be like, oh, this is what we do. This is how we process it. Keep going. And my only grandparent left right now, she's like a week ago, she lost her sister. And so with that being said, she don't have any more siblings. She has no more siblings. And that means on that end of my family, I don't have anybody else but my grandmother. And I'm so grateful that she lives with us. But what I'm saying is, like, it's very hard to process it. I had to go to work right after. And what I do for work, I gotta be happy. I can't bring my sadness to work. Like, I can't, because I cannot inflict my trauma and my sadness onto the next generation. You understand? Like, I can't bring that about, because then they soak it up. They're gonna be asking me all the time, Ms.Kadi, are you okay? How are you doing? Like, all of that. So I tried to hide it so well, y'all, that it wasn't even hidden. Okay, like, it wasn't even hidden. I thought I was doing such a good job, you guys. Like, I thought, you know, I'ma dress the way I dress to work, put on my cute outfit, do all of that, don't even take off, because when I did all what is that gonna do? I cannot take off and sit at home, y'all. that's just for me. Like, it would be the worst thing to do. So all those young souls, like, they noticed it. Like, no, like, you are going through it. And I don't even know, y'all, like, how to even think about it, because loss is not just losing someone. um many of us thanks, sis. um yeah, I don't really talk much about it. My bond with my grandma it was so crazy. Like, I grew up around my grandmother all the time. I'm named after my grandmother, so everyone always called me like her replica. You know what I mean? Like, we look similar and everything. So it's just, I would definitely go more in depth. But again, if you guys want to come up, you got the opportunity to. But one thing about grief is, like Coco has said, you gotta go through it, guys. Like, and you gotta go through it and not just like block it out. I know blocking things out is a coping mechanism. It's a coping mechanism for us, because do we really have time to sit down unless we make our own time? Do we? Because many people come on TikTok, many people come on Instagram, many people come on YouTube to, yeah, you have to like go through the process, yes, Bree, in order to properly heal. um and I don't want to say certain people's predicament, y'all, like, I really don't. And once they feel free, if you guys want, you could come up, or you could you could give me the okay if you want me to talk about what you have gone through. But me personally, I've lost people, but I was never able to attend the funeral. Okay, I was not able to ever, like, ever. So the last time I spoke to them, that's the last time I spoke to them. The last time I saw them, that's the last time I saw them. Coco said, I haven't blocked out losing my brother, but it's been 3 years and I still can't accept it. Yeah. Thanks, Coco. Yeah, I always tell people, like, we all live under the same roof, but we go through stuff differently. We process things differently. Bree said, I don't do funerals. Really didn't have the opportunity to even say goodbye. And then Palmetto said, still have to go over my grandparents' loss. My grandparents lost both of them last year, back to back. You haven't got over it yet. Oh my gosh. Especially y'all, like, a lot of people even last year lost people through, COVID. People also, they lost people due to, we lose people through many things, right? Mental health, illnesses, old age, the act of others. I think the one that really, like, gets me really, really upset is the act of others. I'm so, that is probably why I haven't fully dealt with grief yet, y'all. Who told you could do that? But that might just be my belief. That angers me. Who told you could do that? Especially if you had a negative, you weren't helping at all for this person to progress in their journey. You cut their journey short because you felt like that's what you had to do. You know? So I think coping with loss, one suggestion that works for me sometimes, like I said, nobody knows exactly, guys. Let me know if you're an expert, if you know what it is, because I don't think anybody is an expert at dealing with grief. But if you got better, you know, if you're at step 4 and I'm at step 1 or step 2, please drop a comment. Give me some hints. What's working for you? That's a healthy coping mechanism. Okay? Because my things that I do, when that time comes, I go crazy in the gym. Like, I work out crazy to the extent it's just like I don't even want to talk to nobody. Like, I just want to plug in my headphones, work out. And that's when I start working out twice a day. I cry it out. And that one hurts. Crying it out hurts, y'all. Like, oh. I guess we're not allowed to cry. That part hurts. It's just like, dang. I be crying so hard, and then my eyes the next day look puffy and red. And I just cried a little bit, and you can see my eyes are already changing. Like, yeah. Coco said, at least you get up and move around. I have to. If I don't, that's when the anger comes in. Yeah, I have to. Palmetto said, I listen to my favorite song and play their favorite games. Wow. And then Coco said, I get stuck in bed or on the couch where depression kicks in. And we're so strong, y'all. Like, it's so crazy because we're so strong that people around us can sense that something is off, but they also know where we got ourselves. They rely on us picking up ourselves. And as a person who will say I'm one of the strong people, it might be because I'm short. I'm one of the strong people. I would say, if you get a sense that your friend or your family member is not feeling good, something is off about them, please, I am begging you, please, check on them. Check on them. And I know some of you, for real, feel that. Like, if you got a really good connection with a friend or a family member, like, you really care for them, you can sense when something is off. Please call them if you can. If you can't call them, pull up on them. Okay? Pull up on them. Alright? I have strong friends among strong friends, and when they finally tell me, like, oh, guess what, I was going through this and going through that, and I was just thinking about you, I was like, girl, we laugh about it because it's like, I'm calling you because I was just thinking about you too. Like, what was going on? Or I was just talking about you. Yeah, the strongest ones need a shoulder to lean on too. Yeah, a lot of times we don't have a clue because a lot of people we're good at hiding it because we don't feel safe. We don't feel safe. Like, if I feel safe to be vulnerable with you, right? and I feel safe to be around you. Right, I don't need to put on a face though, because sometimes it's great for you to hold another person accountable. It's also good to just listen, because there's telltale signs, even the strongest person, where the emotion has to come out, y'all. Like, no matter how you feel, the emotion has to come out, and it will come out. You either will start breaking out, you will start eating a whole bunch of stuff you don't want to eat, you will stop kirking for no reason. I don't know if some people use kirking, but I'm sorry, it might just be a thing up here. But you might spaz out, right, on random people, and then everybody starts to look the same. You could have just been saying, hi, how are you? And because you're dealing with your grief and your pain, during that time, it's like, get the like, excuse me? And the person could have just been saying, oh, you look amazing. You are the best. And because you're in your pain, you're like, oh, thanks, I appreciate it. Right? So I don't know. That's why I'm saying, if any of you actually have some suggestions, like I said, my eating habit changes, my diet when it comes to working out changes as well. Sometimes I just want to cry it out. I'm gonna say this, but most people, my family knows, when I'm going through it, that's the time I do my best type of art. My best type of artwork. Like, I don't ever want to talk to, I just draw. Some of my TikTok people might not know, but yeah, I draw, I paint, and I just like put on some movies, put on something, and just deal with it that way. But I wanted some representatives. I wanted some people to come up. Also, I wanted men to come. No. Not Pictionary joints. Oh, Coco. Okay. I had to step out real quick. But stuff like that. You know, some of you have seen my picture of the Joker. I was going through it when I did the Joker and Batman. You know, like when I did Spider-Man, I was going through it. And these are things that, like, I enjoy watching these movies. They bring me happiness. Like, these are things that I used to enjoy with my grandma and stuff like that. But she just used to sit and watch movies. So I will just, in moments like that, I will draw things of the past. You know, I'll do different Marvels. I would do like Black Woman and things like that. Welcome. How are you doing? 7 Heaven 87. Welcome. But yeah, so we've dealt with, it's so hard, sis, I can't see him because if I go we dealt with loss. Apart from losing a person, sometimes one of my lost, what are we talking about tonight? Oh, there you go. If one of my mods can update him, or she, because 7 can be a girl or a guy. But so one of my lost had to do with an occupation. Okay. Okay. And through that loss of an occupation, and when I say occupation, a job, the job became more of my purpose. And I felt like the kids were not the focus. Okay. And what I mean by that in this type of loss, because again, loss is not always the death of somebody. Seven Heaven said, I lost my best friend in my arms. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. You're welcome. 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 Safe space. Safe space. Safe space. So sorry. And when I say condolences, or when I say so sorry, is because I truly value life itself. Okay. So I know a lot of people a lot of people don't like to hear that. A lot of people don't like to hear that. Let's just be honest. In their moment of grief, a lot of people don't like to hear condolences. I've gotten people that have told me like it pissed them off because somebody said, because they feel like sometimes it lacks emotion. But and I'll vouch for my sis as well. When we say so sorry, condolences, it simply means we value the life that was taken. And your best friend, again, hopefully he or she is one of your angels, protectors, if you believe in such, right? But yeah, so when I lost the occupation, okay, yeah, we were just talking about how like it doesn't have a time limit, like, and people try to rush it. Like Seven Heaven just said, I could not function for a year. But that was your process. And you probably are going through moments of, what's that thing? Not a roller coaster, but you seesaw, right? Like happy moment, sad moment, happy moment, sad moment. And then in between is like 2 times. Well, for me, birthdays and day of ascending. And when I say day of ascending, that's if you believe you know I'm going up to the Lord, hopefully by their own judgment, right? What I mean by that, like, yeah, some people like get really sad during the holidays. Yeah. In my occupation, I tend a lot more to the tender soul, the youngins. I do this more during the holidays because I have people while I was younger lost their parents, and holidays were really, really rough, and I would know they're going through it because as a friend, I've always been that friend, and like I said, I've always been that strong friend. So holiday times is when people actually like, ooh, it hits them again. It's like you're reliving the trauma over and over and over, and everybody else actually is just moving about their day, you know. Things like that. Seven said, while I was putting him on the ground, my phone rang. It was him calling me. Wow. Coca said the holidays, accomplishments, their birth, and dates they parted. Yes, that's what I was trying to get to, sis. Like, oh, ooh, I'm gonna look a hot mess by the end of this. Talk about it. I wanted this to be our conversation because, guys, like, it's the beginning of the year and people are losing family members and you really wouldn't even know. Like, let me comb this fish out. You really don't know unless I talk about it. Till this day, nobody on my social media knows that my grandma passed away. They don't know. Family members post about it. I can't get myself to post about it because I'm so, like, upset. So I can't even post anything about it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, loss is not just the death of someone. Yeah. Sis, I spoke to you about it a little bit today. Yeah. The only way I truly showed my emotion, because I was so, what do you call it? In shock. I was so in shock. I recorded me saying farewell because I couldn't be there. Yeah. And it was time for us to have a conversation, and people were more so worried about pictures. Oh, can you send me this picture of this thing? Like, the more you guys get to know me, if I start saying, come on, get going, all right? Get out of here. Because at the end of the day, yes, we all know the cycle of life. We know that. But no one truly is prepared for that moment when it comes. People lose their children, grandmothers, grandfathers, uncle, friends, best friends, significant other. Okay? So loss is not always just the death. You know, people still can't function when they lose their partner. People can't function when they lost their kid and nobody knew but them, and like he or she and she, you know, all of that. He or he, like, people of our kind. I personally have not seen a space where people are like, okay, let's deal with this. And let's deal with it is not y'all going and partying it up, pouring it for the one time and a one time for X, Y, and Z. That's not dealing with it. Because when you all go home, how are you going to deal with this person no longer being with you? How are you going to deal with, I've had people who have lost others and I've gone with them to the gravesite, and I've experienced them having conversations with people they've lost. And all I can do is just sit quietly and listen. For real, for real. Because we all go through those moments. People take flowers. You know. It's all crazy, y'all. Like, for real, because... Let me just say this, okay? It's off the dome. It's off the blimp. When you when you fully feel at peace and you feel like, yeah, I know they're gone, I know it's the cycle of life, so on and so forth. When you get there, when you get to the end there, please send us a message. Send us some love, okay? Because I'm telling y'all, when the process of one, he came to pick me up at 10 a.m. and I spend the whole day with him he until he take his last breath. Wow. Oh, thanks, Darnell. Thank you so much. Darnell said, I like your voice. So, okay. See, 7, that is like something you experience. Have you been able to communicate those moments with those around you? Have you been able to what part of your grief or coping are you at? Because Seven, thank you so much, for real. I got some other people in here. Thank y'all so much for being vulnerable. Like I said, loss is not just I'm still heartbroken. What's the topic? Yeah, for real. I was about to put this phone down and go to bed, and I came across your line. Hey, love. I'm normally not. I'm a Friday, but so just for those of you that are coming in, because I'm getting those questions. So on my YouTube and Instagram, I have this thing called so the topic is grief and loss. I've had many people within my circle lost some people, as well as me talking about my loss and or let's say grief that I'm going through as well. So, and again, it's not just, I do want to say this, it's not just a loss of a person, okay? We go through grief through a loss of a job, a home, a partner, then a child, a grandparent, a parent, a friend. Like, there's so many, a business, because many people, like, they hold a pet, like, loss and grief come in many come in many ways. So that's what today's topic is. Every Thursdays at 10:30, I will be having a segment called Talk About It Thursday. This is not something new. Hopefully everybody understands. Now, I've just, like, recently, within the past month, had people that I truly value have met across the platform lost someone. Yeah, people close to them. And because I value life so much, I felt that, like, sugar honey iced tea. I felt it, like, dang. Ooh. You understand? Thank you, Emily Lashes. Yeah, like, and I also, like, especially our people, and even just younger, older, whatever it is, people in general on earth, we are told to just, what's tomorrow? What's, okay, let's prep for the funeral, the viewing. Or let's lay them to to rest. And then every year we just, what we do is just say rest it, you know, some people say rest in peace, some people say resting in heaven. Like, we say all these things, but I don't really think we have time to talk about grief, y'all. Like, and it's not just the talk, it's more so like, how are you gonna, who can you call when you are really upset? Like, when you're super upset because this thing that you've put all your life to is gone. This person you truly care about is gone. This relationship that you truly had life plans with is gone. Evelyn said he was supposed to get married 2 months before he died. Thank you so much for sharing. That was 7 Heaven, and then my other sister 7. So then we have Heavenly Lashes. She said, yes, I went through a grieving process with a former friend of 10 years. Yeah. So grief is not just lost, y'all. Like, I truly want us to deal, and when I say deal, like submerge, go through the process so you can see progress. You know, Bree said grieving friends it's a thing too. I just recently learned that. Right? Since I'm still not feeling 100% myself yet, but yes. And that's what I'm saying. Like, please go through it. Please go through it, because people meet us at different stages of our life, right? People meet us at different stages, and sometimes they might meet us somewhat healed, because I'm just gonna be honest, I don't think, me personally, I don't think we could ever fully heal the loss of someone or something of importance. And thing is not just materialistic. Thing can be love. A thing can be the relationship you had, right? Like, if it was of value to you and you know the person you were in that moment, in the essence of it all, in the viewing of that person, I personally don't think you fully get over it or heal through it. I think we are able to find a better solution to be healthy with our coping. Evelyn Lashes said, I'm restored from that friendship. Yeah. I think a loss of friendship for me, I feel more disappointed. Like, but it did take a while. Lots of crying and praying. Yeah. It gotta be in your own time. And this is why, like, in certain cultures, the person that loses someone, they wear a certain clothing to represent that. But it did take a while. Okay. Yeah, I feel that completely. Palmetto is agreeing. Yeah, so like in certain cultures, they do have people wear a certain clothing to represent that, because still there's no space to talk about it. There's no space to vent, to cry, to scream. And in certain cultures, people also cannot cry during a moment of mourning, during a moment of grieving. Some people hire other people to come. I know in some African cultures too, they hire other people to come and cry at their what do you call it, funerals. somebody's funeral and things like that. But friendship, like I said, jobs, family members, all types of relationship, I think if you truly valued it, it hurts. It truly hurts, right? I think the value is the part, because you value that person, you value the situation. Yeah, like things like that. So guys, I'm telling you, and it's just like, okay. So the reason also I wanted to talk about this as a talk about it topic, we believe in each one teach one, takes one to teach one, right? So as people, we don't really fully know how to grieve a loss. Okay, I truly feel like we just tell, this is my humble opinion, we try and fix it, quick solutions, and then tell the person, if they keep being hurt, to get over it. Like, that's how it be like. And it's so, when I'm the one going through it, or you're the one going through it, it's frustrating. Like, don't tell me to get over it. Like, I'm gonna keep talking about it because it hurts. I'm gonna keep crying about it because it hurts. Because one thing about me, if I stop talking about it, talking to you, if I just am numb, I don't care no more. Don't care no more. And that's it. Right? So don't tell me to stop caring, because that tells me a part of, like, something about you. If you're telling me I should get over the loss of someone, like yesterday, if you're telling me I should just, go get another job, that's fine, good advice. But have you truly processed or listened to the trauma that I just went through, and gave me some solutions, and be okay with me not taking your solution, right? I like to pray and sing for people whenever it's moments of grief. At the same time, I am okay with their process, right? I'm okay with their time, because you had an intimate relationship with that person. Okay. Darnell said, my girlfriend passed in 2018 and I'm still healing. Again, value her life. So sorry for that, and I hope you have another angel supporting you and fighting all these other people trying to, get in the way. I hope, she's there for you as you guys were there for each other in the present time. So sorry for your loss. And I believe we all say that. And I'm just explaining, Darnell, we all say sorry for your loss because we value the person's life. We value their life. Okay? And it's said with wholeheartedly. Okay? Thank you so much, Darnell, for sharing. I think acknowledging, no problem, acknowledging that we got ways to go. Like, talk about it Thursday, guys. Like, there's so many things that we're gonna talk about, and hopefully this is a space for us to be honest, a space for us to share, a space for us to represent a different light of us. Thank you so much. To represent a different light of us. We are told that we are angry. that we are mad all the time, that we don't really, work on solutions. I say bump that, because that's not the truth. However, we're not given space, however, comma, we're never given the space to process. What is that mom or dad going to do when, as a community, you lose somebody and there's no justice? You expect them to stop talking about it? Because if that is who you are, that's you. Me, talk about it all you want. Cry about it. Show your anger. And I'm not saying to the detriment of somebody else, right? I'm not saying show your anger through, hurting another person. That's not what I'm saying. What I want us to understand, Donnell, you're getting a lot of love in the chat too. Guys, check the chat out, because you guys are uplifting each other. Show your emotions. Please show your emotions. Because nobody taught me. People think the stronger you are, the better. No. You're basically being held by some glue. You're only being held by some glue. And you look really fancy. You look really nice. Everything looks put together, precise. And then the sun hits it for too long and you melt. And you just break down. And that's how our emotions are. We either break down because somebody is giving us a lot of love, or somebody is giving us an example of things that we were very upset about. And that emotion that you thought you've hidden, or that you've kind of kept tight, right? That comes out. And that person, without knowing, becomes the cause. That situation, without knowing, becomes the cause. And then you're like, oh shoot, later on when you're thinking, hindsight 20, right? You be like, dang, they didn't even do nothing to me. I was in my head. I was thinking to myself. So yeah, I want us to express ourselves, like, for real. Heavenly said, as my grandmother would say, hanging by a wing and a prayer. Yeah. So guys, like, please, so Talk About It Thursdays are from 10:30 and so on. Good morning. So today's topic is talking about how do you cope with grief and loss. Okay, how do you cope with losing someone? And that could be the person is no longer here. Okay, like gone. You can't physically talk to them, right? Things like that. It could be through the loss of a job, or some people, when I say job, it could be like your baby, your company, your thing. Right? It could be through a loss of a friendship, a relationship, a situationship, right? Because everybody grieves through things differently. But all I want to say with that is, your time is your time. So take your time. Your process is your process. You can listen to everybody else's way, but not everybody else's sauce tastes the same as your sauce. The way that grandma and grandpa and uncle and auntie and cousins used to do it, or did it, or are doing it, is not going to work for you. You know what will work for you. You can even take theirs and add a little, Tabasco, add a little something to it, and it becomes yours actually, because you know what's gonna work for you. So if you know, I have to like be active. If I am not active, I am going to crumble. Or I cannot be active right now because the wrong one might catch me at the wrong time. So I need to like cocoon in, right? I need to close myself in, cover myself, hide myself. I need to do all of that because I know in my hurt, while I'm feeling pain, I'm protecting you. And this is the thing and the reason why I wanted to talk about this. While we are being strong, while we're being strong, y'all, while we're being strong in our pain, those strong friends, we still be strong for other people, but we're still feeling our pain. It'll be like, oh, let me hear about your situation. Let me help you about your situation. But while you're telling me about your situation, because I know it's so sad and it's so painful for you, I can't even tell you that X, Y, and Z is going on with me. I can't even tell you that, oh, shut up real quick and listen to me, because I am feeling this pain. Like, I can't even tell you for that, because I'm being the strong friend. But as soon as you get off the phone, it's like, dang, she was so in pain that I was there for her, that I couldn't even like be vulnerable for he or she or whatever it is. Like, I couldn't even be vulnerable. And we live in a society where if you lose somebody, if you lose a job, if you lose whatever it is, as long as you're kicking, it's like, oh, what's next? What's next? Some people, once they lose someone, they never get married, and some people do get married, right? Some people, once they lose the job, they go into their own like entrepreneurship, or they just get another job. They keep it pushing. But like I said, your sauce is your sauce. Your way is your way. I think the thing was your way or the highway, right? So like, it's either my way or the highway. So it's not about being stubborn. It's more so like, dang, I need to take a minute. I need to sit and dwell. I need to be active. I need to talk about this. I need to be creative. I need to represent and value life the way that this person that I just lost valued life. You know, the way that they valued life. So I'm not saying go partake in the negative things they did, because that's not showing them in a positive light. I'm saying like, go and partake in things that they truly like was positive, was nice, was kind. You know, if they volunteer, go volunteer. If they care for others, become better. But I know everybody, you guys have been very communicative in the chat, and I truly appreciate y'all. Every Thursday we will be having Talk About It Thursday, and then we'll have different topics. We will talk about relationships. We will talk about our current predicament on these place called the United States. Okay, we will talk about gender expectations. We will talk about, to some extent, spirituality, because not everybody has his or her own views. We will talk about education. We will talk about health, because our people, we like the finger licking good, but we need to take care of ours, right? Mind, body, and soul. So Talk About It Thursdays are always on Thursdays And you guys are welcome on the panel. Please do not be shy. You are welcome if you want to contribute. As well as full disclosure, just in case, for those of you coming in, I do talk about it Thursdays on YouTube. I used to do it on Instagram. Now I'm bringing it over here. I'm bringing it to y'all as an opportunity, a safe space to talk about things that actually affect us as a people, but we are always told to be strong. We're always told to be strong, y'all. So I'm telling you, cry it out, scream it out. I know, but next week though, you'll be here. Next week for real, sis, you'll be here. And in celebration, twins are cranky because of their shots, but they're really finally sleeping. Yes, they're feeling better. Yes, Heavenly Lashes, this happened like 2 days ago, unexpectedly, like nothing that she should have been bananaed for at all. It was a moment of her being open, Coco, being open and being vulnerable and talking about her loss, and not just like relationship wise, but lost, like when I say relationship, partner, things like that. But my sister 3 years ago lost her brother, and so in the essence of talking about that moment, and you know, then coming out of it a little bit and just trying to just have fun, this platform decided that that's what they were gonna do. They didn't want to hear her, which is sad, but thank goodness Talk About It Thursday was already in the works with us. We were already talking and having conversation, because I wanted to bring over the space and opportunity that I was having on Instagram. I wanted to bring that here because I feel like there's so many of us here that all we want to do is make dances. All we want to do is use the cute little, you know, what do you call it, sounds and whatnot, but we're going through it. Like, we're going through it. We want to go live and talk with people, and some people want to use it and make it negative, but they don't really understand. For some people, this is a safe space. Yeah, Palmetto, sis being Coco. You know, Coco and Breeze. I know, I need to say sis 1, sis 2. Because I just be talking about them and I'm just saying sis. But yeah, sis being Coco. And I will say, after meeting Coco and Bree, I know, and I look at my other friends and stuff like that, I'm like, I need a space for us to talk. I need a space. Obviously, yeah, we can FaceTime and vent, but let other people get the opportunity to come into, you know, like, and that's why I'm truly grateful. Palmetto, you're here. Donnell, you're here. Like, on the Talk About It Thursdays, I do want male perspective. So I do want the perspective of different religions. I want the perspective of different economic, you know, class. I do want the perspective of different beliefs. Like, I do want different perspectives. So please, if you can, share the live with those that you feel like will add to the conversation, right? For sure, for sure. And I don't want us to just like keep this to just us, because I want it to be a space for many of us. Like, there's so many of us around the world, and I've learned that through this app. Like, same thing when I was on Clubhouse. Like, there's so many of us, and we're all in our bubble. And in this bubble, we're all in a bubble bath. I don't know if the analogy makes sense. And in this bubble bath, we're all in one house. And in this house, we're all in the neighborhood. Like, you understand? Like, we're all, when you microscope it in. However, in order for that bubble bath to work, we all need to be there. We're all relevant. We're all important. We're all loved. And if you don't feel that way, you already know in my lives. Like, you already know. Like, I care. And that's going to be another topic for another day, y'all. Like, when to not care so much about people. That's what I'm saying. Like, it don't even gotta be a bubble. It could be a tiny cell in that ocean. Don't let me get started. It could be a microorganism. But all I'm saying is, you are important. And for those of us that have lost a bubble, that have lost a piece of us, that have lost, or when I say have an absence, we feel it, you know. I feel it. And I'm here for you. And I want to say thank you so much for giving me the space to even be vulnerable with y'all, and for y'all to be vulnerable with me, you know. Welcome, Angelo. But yeah, like, so much we want to talk about. If you ever have a suggestion, welcome. That's the daddy. Welcome. If you if you ever have a suggestion, hit me up. Okay, we will meet up again. I'm trying to see the time, but the time is not letting me see it. So if you're on the East Coast, please, I think it's 12:19. If you're on the East Coast, I think it is 12:19. Thank you guys so much. This again will be soon, but not later, sometime soon on the platform. Again, like I said, on my YouTube channel, I do have other content on there. On Talk About It Thursday, we've talked about colorism, we've talked about motherhood, we've talked about toxic relationships, so many other things that I really want to talk about with y'all too, so we can get different perspectives. And it was more so a conversation, an inside scoop as to what me and my girls talk about. So welcome to Talk About It Thursday. I need you to keep talking. Your voice is don't fall asleep on me now, darling. Yeah, so y'all, it is now Friday, so I'm going to end this live. I truly appreciate y'all for the love, for the care, for the openness, vulnerability. Just know you guys are cared for. If it's not by anybody but by yourself and by me and my girls, we Coco and Bree, like, we really, it's like the Lord, or you know, the workings of it all. Oh man. Yes, good night. I do want to say good night to y'all. Make sure you guys check out the YouTube channel, because today, this year, guys, I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there. That YouTube channel is going to be monetized. And again, all my content is going to be on that channel, Ms.Kadi K. So I'm done tap dancing into somebody else's life. Right? You right. I know it happens to all of us. Thank you, Miss Martine. Okay, as I say your name, that is our way of saying goodbye until next time. Until next Talk About It Thursday. But I'll see you guys at the talent show tomorrow. Because y'all know Friday Night Talent Show be getting, right? So thank you again for all that you do. I know, my love. So next time, again, I truly appreciate all that you've done, Miss. Just taking me in, Miss Martine, as who I am and sharing with me certain things. I thank you so much. Isn't this cute? My tiny little hands making hearts. So yes, thank you guys so much. I will see you guys next week at 10:30 for Talk About It Thursday. All right, y'all. That was the first one. I wish more people would have came on, but they shared what they could. And I truly appreciate the opportunity for them being vulnerable. And so I'll be having Talk About It Thursday for sure on this platform. And without further ado, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment as to how do you deal with loss. How do you deal with grief, right? It's not always about a person. It could be about a relationship, something of importance to you. It could be a job. It could be a piece of you sometimes, right? It could be so many other things. So don't forget to drop that comment and subscribe. Let's get to it. Let's build a community. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.